Good morning, sweet world, and welcome to the weekend shift. It's Sunday, May 8th. Happy Mother's Day to all you sexy moms out there. I'm J.E. Skeets here with the No Dunks team, part of the Athletic Network. And we're back on a little Sunday morning. Got to slip this in here. Take a second to like the video. Subscribe to No Dunks on YouTube if you haven't done that already. And possibly hello to all the weekend podcast listeners too. Yes, I think I've convinced JD to turn this into a podcast as well as the live show. It's sort of like, why not? During the week, there are 1,000 NBA podcasts to listen to, but come the weekend, there's like 3. Not a whole lot of content on the weekend. So I think JD is flipping this weekend shift into a Sunday morning podcast. So again, hello. Leave your boys a 5-star rating and review, and subscribe on Apple or Spotify or wherever you listen to No Dunks. Quick apologies to everybody for not doing a weekend shift yesterday on Saturday morning. I know I definitely upset one particular Sixers fan that was here in the stream team. I guess because I'm a Raptors fan, I was avoiding talking about the Sixers win. Sorry, buddy, that's not the case. I had a very long run as part of marathon training to get in. Had to do it this weekend. It was going to work better on Saturday morning. So I was out there for a while on the streets of Atlanta, putting in a 20-miler with my buddy Jared. So that sort of made it difficult to do a morning weekend shift. And then it was right into the birthday party, which if you saw my Instagram account, there's some great footage of Lily battling my buddy Grish in like a super, I guess, slip and slide. They're racing in like lanes. They're all soaped up. Close finish. But I think my buddy Grish got him by a nose. Hi-oh! He's got a big nose. Anyway, let's talk about Saturday's hoops. And then we'll tee up here Sunday's games, including the Sixers, trying to tie up that series against Miami. And obviously we got the Mavs and Suns later. But Saturday, Bucks edge the Celtics 103-101 after some crazy final seconds. I think it's worth just going through the ending of this game, which was drunk. Boston trailed 103-100 when officials determined that Smart was fouled by Drew Holiday just before attempting a potential tying three-pointer with 4.6 seconds left in this game. So, yeah, because it was a non-shooting foul, Marcus Smart goes to the line for just 2 free throw attempts. And we'll get into, whether or not did the officials get that one wrong. The Celtics think so. Bucks don't. But Smart, ripping through. Was he just going straight up to shoot? When's the foul occur? All of this nonsense. But the refs say, nope, it's only 2 because you're in the bonus that you're going to the line. So they're down 3. You're in a bit of a predicament here. Smart makes the first free throw and then just so smoothly, goes through his normal routine that he's going to just knock it down the second one and it'll be a 1-point game and then you'll get to foul in the Bucks and you hope for a miracle. But no, intentionally misses it just perfectly. And then shit got really crazy. Smart got to the ball first, got the rebound. He missed a putback attempt. I mean, a really good look in that situation. Robert Williams comes charging towards the net. He sort of sends the ball high up off the glass. Horford is on the right side of the rim. He gets a great look at a putback that somehow didn't drop. I've watched that 100 times. I'm like, that one's going in. And it pops back out, goes back to Horford, gets his own rebound, goes up, banks it in, and it comes right after the buzzer. And I think even in real time, it was like, ooh, that's a split second too late. The lights are on the backboard. It doesn't count. But wild ending when you think about it that the Celtics there had. Let's call it really sort of basically 3 chances in the tip department to tie that thing up. Taking me back, flashbacks to the Jonas Valanciunas and Raptors Cavs series where in game 1 they were missing bunny after bunny after bunny. But yeah, the Bucks hold on to get the win. So, should it have been a shooting foul on Holiday? Well, Udoka, Celtics head coach, says it's a shot. All right, Smart's curling into his shot. He's getting fouled on the way up. Holiday He says, no, that's not a shooting motion. He wasn't even facing the rim. Um, Look, I don't know. Is it because it's smart, sort of, a guy that can grift, one of the best? If it's somebody else, is it? If it's Tatum or Brown, they getting that call? Yep, that's three. I sort of think so. Um, it's a bang bang call, and it's one of these weird ones. It's like, the idea of looking at it or whatever. It's like the call is in favor of the Celtics. It's like, yeah, it's a foul called. Like you got fouled, but they were like, well, we want the three, not the two. And then it's a big, it's a who knows what happens too. Does Smart hit all three? Does he force overtime? What happens in overtime? But just a bizarrely officiated game three. I will say that. I know Celtics fans and even Udoka like really going in on the officials. And he's saying what his quote is basically, I'm going to teach my guys to flop a little more. Which is amazing. If you see that headline with a photo of Marcus Smart, it reads like an Onion article. But let's get to the positives for sort of what happened in this game besides the officials, which we could like just talk for hours about, I'm sure. Big plays down the stretch from the Bucks. Giannis putting them ahead with that Euro on Grant Williams. And Grant Williams has done an incredible job on Giannis all series long. But he wasn't ready for that one. He's ready to. Here comes Giannis. I'm ready to take the blow. I'm a mountain of a man. I'm a wall. I barely bounce. And Giannis just wisely hits him with the quick little Euro step that goes around him and then finger rolls it in. It gets a kind bounce. I mean, that thing could have popped out, but that drops. Then Giannis on the other end, you have Jaylen Brown attacking and great defense, mainly from Giannis, but there's a lot of bodies in there. Brown misses that layup attempt. And then on the other end, Holiday, I think steps right on Tatum's foot, hence why Tatum fell over. That happens. Somebody's foot gets stepped on and you're going tumbling down, but he gets that little push shot there in the lane. That made it 103-100 with like the 11 seconds to go, getting us to the whole Marcus Smart and the intentionally missed free throw and just the craziness that happens there. I mean, it's just wild. Speaking of Holiday hitting that shot, I'll get to Giannis in a second, who was a monster in this, which is why I took the Bucks in this series. If you listen to our series preview and prediction, it was like, I'm at a point where I don't feel comfortable betting against Giannis if he's in a series and if he's healthy. It's like, he's that good. But anyway, Holiday, he has continued to step up in Middleton's like absence, him not playing in this series. In game 3, Drew Holiday attempted 30 shots. He scored 25 points, so not the most efficient afternoon we've ever seen. But that aggression from Holiday, I think, is just so needed. He's attempted over 20 shots in all 3 games of the series. He scored a total of 69 points. Very nice. And just that key secondary scoring is just amazing, obviously, for the Bucks to be up 2-1. I don't think if Holiday's this aggressive, and even if he's taking a lot of shots, I think it's needed a lot of the time. To obviously pair with Giannis, what he did in this game. Because Giannis, 16 for 30 on Saturday, just doing work in the 2-point range, shot over 62%, 15 of 24 in that little area, 12 boards, 8 assists, 42 points. And this was after 2 subpar games, and a lot of credit, as we talked about after game 1 and 2, to the Celtics defense of Grant Williams and Al Horford and just throwing bodies at him. And, was Giannis going to figure it out? Yes. And he was huge in this game, and he is just a wave. He just never quits. I've called him the White Walker because he is a zombie-like guy. He just keeps coming and coming and coming. So huge game. And then you pair that on the other side of the Celtics, Jason Tatum having a brutal game. And it's almost amazing that it was this close, right? Tatum shot 4 of 19, missed 6 threes, finished with 10 points. His second worst field goal percentage of his playoff career. Look, I think he's going to bounce back. I remember he had a bad game against the Nets in last year's playoffs, not the first round, but last year's playoffs, if I remember correctly. He had that game where he scored under 10 points, and then he came back with a 50 piece. And then I think he had another 40-point game, stuff like that. So will Tatum bounce back? Yeah, I believe so. But, he goes to the basket. It's Giannis, it's Brooke, it's Bobby. He gets a little separation, and you have Wesley Matthews, who is allowed to be physical with him. There is no doubt. But, the Celtics were pretty physical with the Nets and Kevin Durant in particular in the first round. So, as long as it's somewhat consistent, hopefully from game to game, but from series to series, and you can't really complain too much. But you just have like Wesley chasing him, Drew trailing him, like they're just like they're hounding him. And he talked about like he probably passed up some open looks that he maybe should have taken. And he missed some shots here. 4-19, like for a guy that great, is wild. But really entertaining game. This series, I had the Bucks in 6. I mean, a lot of people had it going 7. Be it Celtics or Bucks or whatever. It sure feels that way. It's I think people have compared it to like, it feels like the Knicks and Pacers going at it here, just the physicality from some of these guys out there. But Giannis, that Euro on Grant, I can't get past that one that then led to the Drew Holiday play. Just like that, just like right there. Not many guys can do that. And I think just like being so aware that the defender and Grant's probably going to expect contact. Again, he's getting ready and just sort of like a counter, a little chess move there to like, no, I'm going to drop the Euro right here in tight quarters too. And got by and got the kind bounce. Haven't even really looked at what you guys are saying here in the stream team. Just to go back to, I guess, to the officials, so Celtics fans upset, like Udoka upset, like Smart should have been shooting 3. And there's a couple other sort of bang, bang plays down the stretch, but they got a lot of free throw attempts, Boston. So I do not really think they like straight up lost this game for anything like that. The Smart one, I mean, let's hear what you guys think of the stream team. Was he shooting? Yeah, like, I mean, there's only 5 seconds left, so he's probably shooting, but Smart senses the foul's coming, and then it's like, all right. I mean, we've seen this a million times before. It's like, it's just unfortunate it's happening at the end of a playoff game. And what I mean, we've seen it before, the idea of like, well, let me throw my arms out there and like rip through and hopefully sell that I was shooting. But again, there's like 5 seconds left. He's probably shooting. So people seem a little conflicted here in the stream team. Not shooting, trying to buy it. Nah, I fouled before he's into his actual shooting motion. I'm reading comments here. So hell of a, it would have been almost, I wish he, like, in a way, Smart, especially Smart, pulls off the intentional miss and then had scored. That would have been amazing. Because we always talk about on the show, more guys in the league need to practice intentionally missed free throws. And we always bring up the story. We talked to Brent Barry about this once. And he says, like, him and Ginobili used to in practice missing free throws, like on purpose because of these situations. They would like take it next level. Like, okay, I'm going to miss it left side to have it bounce a particular way. Smart going more with like the bang off the front, which I think we're seeing more of. And I think, is probably like, well, it's tough. Is like, are you better off getting an offensive rebound by hammering it off the front, which is probably much more difficult to actually get the perfect location down? Or is it like a crazy like lob free throw attempt? That's what Bones always talked about, like putting it super high to have it then go very high off the bounce. And then it's maybe like such a 50-50 ball. Anyway, I find that so fascinating. The idea of like, these guys are so good. They're talking about like Brent Barry and Ginobili talking about like where they're going to miss it and like battling each other. And that, I think that's pretty amazing. But anyway, that's my thoughts on this. Love this series. Super excited to see how it, plays out. Game 4, big game. Not pivotal, but big game. For Boston. I don't think you want to go down 3-1. I wouldn't want to have to beat the Bucks in 3 straight games. But I think Tatum's going to bounce back. I thought Jaylen Brown offensively is great, but man, when he gets switched on Giannis, that's trouble. I really just say even Brown and Tatum, when they get switched on Giannis, it's like too small, not strong enough. But Horford and Grant Williams and Time Lord helping out have done an admirable job on a guy that is just at times appears unstoppable. Love it. I'm pumped. All right, let's move over to the other game. We got more, I guess, officiating in a way to talk about. We had the Splash Brothers leading the Warriors past Ja Morant and the Grizzlies 142-112. Yeah, this one got out of hand. This was a close game at the half. Yeah, Ja Morant hitting that unbelievable, I don't know what you call it. I guess layup in traffic where he like jumped, felt like from the free throw line and just hung in the air for a little while. It's like that State Farm commercial where Chris Paul is it? Is doing the photo shoot. It's Chris Paul. I've only seen the commercial about 10 million times at this point, where he's just hanging in the air. That's what Ja did basically. Took the contact, just hung, then scored, and then hits the 3-pointer at the end of the half. And it's like, he's sprinting back to the locker room, like yelling at his coach, like, let's go. We're in this game. But then the Warriors started the half, I think, on a 10-0 run, and it just got completely out of control. The Warriors stopped turning the ball over and couldn't miss a shot. Unbelievable stat from this one. Warriors, their splits were 63.1 from the floor, 53.1 from deep, 90.5 from the line. So field goal, 3-point free throw percentage in game 3 of a playoff game. So like, forget the 50, 40, 90 club. The Warriors, I think, became the second team in NBA postseason history to hit 60, 50, 90, that threshold. And that one Philly fan in here will be very happy to know that the 2001 76ers, a team you do not think about as an offensive juggernaut. You had Iverson, but not a lot else. Not a lot else in Dikembe and Eric Snow and stuff like that. Maybe McKee and stuff. But the Sixers in 2001 did it in Game 5 of the Eastern Conference semifinals against my Toronto Raptors. I actually remember that game, but those are crazy marks. 60 plus, 50 plus, 90 plus. But anyway, let's get to the Ja Morant injury. I won't go 15 minutes on this, I promise. But he re-injures his troublesome, we can call it that, right knee. This is the knee that kept him out near the end of the season there for 9 or 10 games. But Wiggins, Poole, they're trapping Ja Morant, and then Poole, in fighting for a loose ball and in getting on the trap, grabbing for the ball, grabs. I mean, he does. He grabs or puts his hand, of course, on Morant's knees. He appears to pull it back a little bit, and Ja Morant gets injured. Now, a lot of people pointing out, was he injured in contesting place 3 to begin the second half? I think Hollinger had a clip. Was he injured in landing awkwardly, going to the rim? Did all of this add up? And then a little pressure there from Poole, really re-aggravate that knee? Probably. It looks like it when you watch these other clips. He comes up a tiny bit hobbling, but he goes to the bench. He's pissed. I mean, I got it in the thumbnail here. He's like grabbing at his shorts. Hopefully it is nothing serious. No one wants to see Ja Morant miss extended time here in a postseason run when it's a 2-1 series and, you win game 4 and it's a best of 3 and you've got home court advantage. No one wants to see that. So hopefully this is nothing super serious. But Ja Morant, he probably makes this into a bigger story after the game, taking to social media, tweeting, Poole broke the code. He's alluding to Kerr's comments about the whole Dylan Brooks play. I think Ja Morant has since deleted the tweet. Poole's asked about it. He says a basketball play. I'm not trying to hurt the guy. My take on all of this is definitely not intentionally trying to yank at Ja Morant's knee at all. I think what's happened here with this super slow-mo is people watch it and they treat the damn slow-mo clip like it's game speed. And then because it's so slow-mo, they're like, oh, well, there's the seconds where I can assign some malicious intent. It's like, you're watching a fucking slow-mo clip. That's not what's going on. This is bang, 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 bang. It's like he is grabbing for a loose ball. And I don't even really think this probably did it. Did it tweak it? Maybe, I guess. But all of these injuries, most of them, there are ones where you're like, what are you doing? Dylan Brooks, I think we all agreed. What are you doing? I get it. You're trying to stop an easy layup, but very, very dangerous when a guy's in the air. And it's like, everybody just agreed. It's like, okay, that's stupid, man. And then on top of that, Gary Payton gets injured. And it's like, he gets the game suspension, Brooks does. I was actually surprised. I didn't even think he was going to get a game 3 suspension because he missed basically the entirety of game 2, but they did. And no one was like, what? No. But I will say, the stuff like Draymond hitting a guy in the face, this play. I mean, there's the clip going around, Bane diving for who was it on Poole? I think sort of like the ball's loose. All of these people, especially on Twitter, that's where you see most of it. Do you guys play basketball? Does anybody actually play basketball that are all have a comment on the game? And what I mean by that is we can't freak out every time someone unfortunately gets injured. It's like people forget or they think professional athletes, faster, bigger, stronger than basically 99% of the people on the planet, playing a game that is physical, that it's like they think no one should ever get injured. Should never happen. Should never be like an accidental hit to the face or a tweak of this or stepping on somebody's foot or something. It's like, this happens when you play basketball. It blows my mind, this idea that guys get hurt playing a physical game. Wow. Yeah. When we play pickup runs, somebody always gets hurt. It's not like people are maliciously going out there to try and injure one another. It's like this shit happens. It sucks. Everybody agrees with it sucks. I wish it was a video game and we could turn the injury slider all the way off. Sure, but that's not reality. It's just unfortunate. I don't know. I think we go way too far with this sometimes. And that's just my opinion. And I sometimes wonder, like, again, all these people, like, have you played the game? Like, do you play basketball, like, with your friends, 5-on-5? People get hurt. And again, these are the best athletes in the world. I mean, they are on the short list of that. So it's sort of, it'd be weirder if nobody is getting injured or getting hit or getting smacked or an arm, like, getting tweaked because, like, they're playing obviously just so physical. Look, I'm saying you can cross a line. I agree with that, but I don't think this was in Jordan Poole's case at all. I don't. I don't know why he deleted the tweet. Don't love that look. We've talked about that before. If you're going to tweet, leave the tweet unless you got a bad spelling mistake. That's the only time I'll delete a tweet. Can't sleep at night with a bad spelling mistake. But, come on, break the code. Seems a little much. I think what's a bigger issue for the Grizzlies, why are they getting out rebounded by the Warriors? I think in every game they're doing work there. 53-37 in game 3. And then the Warriors were living in the paint. 62 points. And Curry was doing a lot of work attacking inside and like his little floaters and layups. And then we got to give some love to Otto Porter, man. 49 points. The Warriors have outscored the Grizzlies in Otto Man's 68 minutes. I'll say that again. Warriors have outscored the Grizzlies by 49 points in Porter's 68 minutes. Best mark in this series. He's been amazing defensively, giving them something on the offensive end. And I mean, Kerr surprising a lot of people, starting Kuminga in game 3 there. Does he start Porter? He is playing so well. I mean, I guess it helps when you look like Wilt Chamberlain or Lionel Richie. Take your pick there with Otto Porter, but he has been amazing. So I wonder what Kerr will do. I mean, he's obviously he hasn't had a problem switching up the starting lineup. Kuminga again. I was surprised by that. I was like, whoa, I thought maybe Kuminga looked a little out of his league because he's 19 years old, and that was maybe a lot here in a big game 3. But I guess you got Otto Porter coming in and playing well. You're fine. So yeah, again, this one turned into a blowout. Really, really, Warriors up huge. Excuse me, Grizzlies up huge in this. They couldn't miss a 3. Warriors couldn't stop turning the ball over. You knew that was going to like dissipate a little bit on both sides. Then it turned into a game. Warriors had that lead, like I said, but Ja Morant gave them a spark. Those 2 buckets at the end of the half, and I was like, this is going to be a great second half. And then Warriors did their thing as they tend to do in the third quarter, and even in this series, if I remember correctly, have sort of dominated these third quarters in these games. And then it was off and running. Klay Thompson getting it going too. Warriors fans are going to be very happy about that, to see him sort of like, unlocked a little bit and just back to more Klay. And I think Kerr talked about just like the more just in rhythm shots, probably not forcing as much. And then when Klay's got it going, they are a dangerous, dangerous team. So also super exciting series. This just like now, where are we at? We're at 2-1 in all 4 series, which is awesome because it means game 4s, both 2 today, and I'll show you guys the schedule here if you're joining me on YouTube. 2 today and then 2 on Monday night. These 2 that happened last night. Just game 4s are just, I love it because it's like, if it's not over if you're down 3-1, but it's like the odds are against you. So it's just that huge game 4 for that team trailing. So here it is today. We've got Suns Mavs. That is the afternoon game at 3:30 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. And then we have the Heat and the Sixers is the night game tonight. 8 p.m. start. You love to see it. There's going to be, I just realized this, guys. 3:30. What time's this F1 race on? Probably around 3:30 or 4, right? Eastern time. My wife and I are going to be battling for control of the main television in the house. Nora loves her F1. Going to be watching the Miami Grand Prix, but I got this Suns Mavs game to watch here. Whew. Can't wait to see how that goes down. I assume she'll be watching it, and I'll be watching on the other television or just on my computer. You guys ever watch games on your computer? I actually do it a lot. Makes making notes when I'm watching games pretty easy. You just got it right there. Just the bang, bang. I don't mind that. So we will see. Joel wants to know if these are pivotal game for us. They are not. They are not. I like to keep the pivotals to the game 5s in a 2-2 series. I think it's, could you convince me it's a pivotal game for the teams trailing 2-1 in the series? Maybe. I just think it's a big, I dare I say almost must win. I would say must win in the Mavs case. No, I'm saying, must win in the Mavs and the Sixers to win the series, right? The Sixers one's interesting because you got Embiid back. And so if he continues to play for the rest of the series, and that is like, obviously just a complete game changer. If he's playing in games 1 or 2, then maybe we have a different series. But big games for Dallas and Philadelphia to try and even up those series. Well, anyway, that's all I got, guys. I don't think I have anything else to share with you. You can, if you have a question, drop it in the stream team right now, but I'll start wrapping this up. We've gone about 30 minutes. Again, if you're listening to the podcast, hopefully you're listening to it. I think JD flipped this into one. Leave us 5-star rating and review. Let us know if you like the weekend shift. If you want to see us continue to drop these in the podcast feeds, and jump over, see my pretty face on YouTube. We'll be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern, live from the Classic Factory. Oh, I know what I want to share with you guys. Make sure you go check out my Instagram to see the race, or check out Lee's at least. He's probably putting together a 10-minute video for all I know. I took a bunch of footage of Lee again racing my buddy Grish at this birthday party yesterday in this giant slip and slide sort of thing. They had like a best out of 3 race. There was some controversy. Was one of the lanes faster than the other? Was it more? Did it have more bubbles? Were you quicker? Just streamlined down that one. Took some hilarious photos of my buddy Grish and Lee battling. It's great. You get a bunch of 30 kids. Like there's something like 30 kids maybe not 30, but 20 kids at this party. That's getting hyped. It was more entertaining than the Kentucky Derby, the race between Lee. No, it wasn't. What a win! Anybody make big money on that race yesterday? Rich Strike? Is that what it was? 80-1 odds. Here, this actually pissed me off. I don't follow horse racing. But like probably most of you, maybe I'll watch the Kentucky Derby if it's on, or the Preakness, or whatever, the big ones. But I was upset when I saw who won. And I'm not making this up. My favorite number is 21. And the horse that won, Rich Strike, was number 21. I was just like, man, if I was at the track, I'm guaranteeing putting money, a little bit of money, on my favorite number to win. And 80-1. Could have made some coin on that one. I did see the replay of the drone shot or the aerial shot of Rich Strike bouncing around the back, making some moves. That was pretty slick. Looked cool. Way to go, horse. And the horse got upset with that guy trying to wrangle him. Why 21? I don't know why 21. I know why. Deion Sanders. Yeah. Big primetime guy when I was a kid. So yeah. Good way to end it with a little horse talk. You know how I feel about horses. When are they giving Jokic or Embiid, Who's winning it? When are they getting this MVP? When's this happening? Why are we taking so long with this? Come on, NBA. Let's get to it. Okay, guys, we will call it there. Thanks so much to the stream team for joining us live here on a Sunday morning. Apologies again for not doing one yesterday, but life and running finds a way to get in the way. But yeah, some good comments. I know there was some heated topics there with the Smart. Was he fouled shooting the three? The Jordan Poole and Ja Morant injury. I love it. I love it. Have your fire takes. Go nuts. Warm us up here on a Sunday morning. Again, we'll be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern. Subscribe to No Dunks on YouTube. Subscribe wherever you listen to the podcast. And hopefully we get some entertaining games here on Sunday to break down tomorrow morning from the Classic Factory. Everybody, stay safe. Enjoy the F1 race if you're into that. Happy Mother's Day again, and we'll talk to you soon. Peace.